So I just got this new Ibanez Talman, and it's getting good to me in a hurry. Check out this sweet lick and revel in its twangy goodness. Hey there guys and girls, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop. Here's your good buddy, Uncle Ben. You know, one of the primary things I've been working with this year is learning a little bit about playing country and bluegrass lead playing here on the old guitar. So from the time I've spent learning sweet licks from guys like Brent Mason, Doug Seven, and my man Andy Wood, I developed myself a pretty strong craving for a T-style guitar to satisfy my twangy needs. So whenever Ibanez reintroduced the Talman this year, I saw it at the NAMM show and knew that this must be exactly what I was looking for. And it is. I'll do a full video review and some high quality sound clips and stuff of the guitar here soon to show you guys how great it is. I've really enjoyed it. So to celebrate this cool new guitar of mine, I decided to come up with a cool, twangy, ripping country lick to share with you guys and some information about playing that style of music. Before we get into it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And of course, you can find a full twangy tab for this week's lick on my Instagram page, so be sure to go over to Instagram, find Ben Eller Guitars, locate the tab for this week's lick, learn how to play it, and upload a video of yourself ripping through it, along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Alright, this lick is in the very guitar-friendly neighborhood of G. Sound good over a G chord or a funky G7 or anything in that neighborhood there. Okay, this is a pretty easy lick to do, but it's a great one to work on your hybrid picking and stuff, which we'll talk about later in the video. Starts off here on the high E string, and what we're going to do is to play fret number 6, which is a B flat, then play fret number 5, which is an A, and then pull off to the 3rd fret here, to the G note, the root note of the chord we're playing against. Then you're going to play the 6th fret here on the B string, and then go back to the high E here and play 5, pulling off to 3. So far we've had... After that, play that 6th B, and then back to the 3rd fret on the high E. That's the first phrase. Note the pull-offs in there. There's 2 of them. There, there. The next section here is really easy to understand if you got that first part. Play the same stuff, just on the B and G strings. So I start off on the B string here on 6, and then 5, pulling off to 3. Then I grab the 6 on the G string, back to 5 on the B, pulling off to 3, 6G, 3rd B. So it's just been the same lick on 2 different sets of strings. Now the next section here, we're going to start off like we're playing the thing again here on the G. We're going to go 6 to 5, pulling off to 3, 5th D string, just like that. Again, very reminiscent of like a G blues scale. Next, what you're going to do is with that ring finger, roll straight down back to the G fret 5, then back to the D5. Notice I just sort of rolled the finger across those. It wasn't picking up like this, rolling that finger. Next, play the 3rd fret G, hammering on to 4th G, and then end it here on the 5th fret D string, which is a G note, the root note of the chord we're playing against. So that last lick again, start off on G6, pull, and then 5, and then pull off to 3, 5th D, 5th G, 5th D, and then we're going to play the 3rd fret G, hammering on to 4, 5th fret D. And then the very last thing that I did there at the very end is to hit this kind of a G7 chord. All that I'm doing here to start with is I'm hitting the G on 3, or I'm sorry, the E on 3, it's a G note, the D on 3, and the G on 3. So because of the configuration of the strings there, I'm using my pick for the low E, my middle finger for the D, and my ring finger for the G. And then just hammer on the 4th fret G string there, which is what makes it sound a little bit more major, like a dominant chord. So again, it's E, D, G on fret number 3, hammer the G on fret 4. Just like that. So all together we should have something like this. Let's talk about that hybrid picking stuff a little bit. So one of the real trademarks of good old twangy country licks like this is using hybrid picking, which a lot of guys use just for timbre reasons because you can really pop that string and get that sound like that. But it's also really great to use just for the convenience of picking's sake. So that way my pick doesn't have to dart all around the strings all the time. That's really one of the main reasons that I use hybrid picking a lot, is to keep my picking hand from having to jump from string to string like crazy. Here's the basic idea of how I'm picking the first couple licks. I start with a downstroke to an upstroke, and then there's a pull off right there. Next I play the B string, and this is where I'm supposed to go back to the 5th fret high E string, right? Well, instead of making my pick make the journey down there, I'm just going to grab that with my middle, just like that. Then I grab the B string 6 again with the pick, and then I'm back to that 3rd fret high E string with my middle finger. See, it's basically like once my pick leaves the high E string, it never goes back. Same with this next part. I'll play the B string, downstroke, upstroke, pull off, G string, and then I don't go back to the B with the pick. I use the middle. Pick the G, back to the middle finger on the B. So again, once it's left a string, it never has to go back. It never has to dart around like this. You can just let it kind of sit on the string you ended up on and let the middle finger do more of the work for you. The very last lick, what I'll do is start off on the G here, pick 2 notes, do a pull off, pick that D, pluck the G, pick the D, pluck the G, and then I'll pick that D string again before doing, like I mentioned before, thumb, middle, and ring to play the chord at the end. Cool stuff. Let's see what that looks like in magnet vision. So there you go, guys, a sick twangy lick and hopefully some insight into what makes this playing style tick. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you see, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ben Eller Guitars. You can also hit me up for some one-on-one Skype lessons. Write me an email, benellerguitars@gmail.com, and we'll talk about rates and times and all that other good stuff. Set you up some Skype lessons and get you learned. Thanks again, you guys, and a huge thanks goes to Ibanez for making a really cool, awesome, very playable, very toneful, and affordable guitar that looks cool, sounds cool, and is cool. I'm going to be playing the snot out of this thing for years and years and years. Really digging it. Cheers, guys. Stay tuned for another cool lick next week. See you then.